Hello everybody, welcome back to the world of contraptions. In this episode we built the Fluid Transmuter, which is basically a system that allows me to control and manipulate fluids with hose pulleys, spouts, and item drains. I hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, I want to get some automated, let's see, crafting. I want to get some of these up and going so that I can get crushing wheels going. Because crushing wheels are going to be extremely important. That's crushing wheels. Because I want to get crushing wheels up and going as well. So crushing wheels are a bunch of andesite alloy, which is andesite, and then planks. Both of those should be really easy. I want to get started on these mechanical crafters though. And crushing wheels will take a 2, 4, 5, a 5x5 area. Each craft makes 3. 5x5 is 25. 27. Okay, 27 would be 9 crafts. So I need 9 brass casing, which means I need 9 brass. 9 brass means I need 9, 4, 5. 5 of each zinc and copper. 5 of zinc and copper. 5 zinc and copper. Well, let's see, if I put it here, then I could always just have the cog and then just put the rest of it in this direction. So yeah, that sounds good. So if I do that, then I do that. Oh, I hope this is not going to be too much stuff for it. Oh, they each take... Oh, geez. Okay. They each... Did they connect? I think they connect. And I think if I use a lever, then it won't matter what it's connected to. Okay. Oh, I'll have to make a depot too. Okay. I'm gonna have it all pump down and then to the side. There we go. Okay. And then I'll have to make a lever. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it on this. And then if I do that, there we go. Okay, that... I think that should work, and it should make it so it doesn't matter. Or maybe that means it does matter. I don't remember. Either way, if I need to, I can get rid of those corner little blocks and then have it work like that. But for now, it's fine. Put that there. That now I can do this. Andesite, planks, and stone. Granite. Planks. Oh, I don't have enough alloy now. Okay. So basically everything but the corners. Okay, so then if I do this... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so you just have to flick it when you actually want it to happen. Good to know. So it'll activate whatever craft is in the crafting grid, even if it's not fully crafted yet. It's remarkably slow for how fast it's going. It's at 128. How is it still this slow? There's something that I don't understand, but I don't know what it is for the life of me. Crushing whales! Oh my gosh, okay, great. So... I don't need a ponder. I know how these work relatively most of the way. How? Yep. Okay. Basically, I wanted to get that so that I could start crushing up my cobblestone. I need to stop postponing. So, those have to rotate in opposite directions. I am likely going to need a whole bunch of stuff. The most important being different rotating things. Oh, I've got some gearboxes just left over. Well, that would have been good to remember. I am not quite sure how much more stress this system can take. So I should also bear in mind steam power. Because now I've got blaze burners. Wait, I need a fluid tank. Okay, I can't remember this. Fluid tanks. Oh, I'm gonna need more blazes. I got... I'm gonna need hands. And arm. What is it called? I forget what it's called. Well, that's what's, yeah. Mechanical arm. What was that? What was that? No creepers sneaking up on me. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna need mechanical arms, fluid tanks, steam engines. I have. Oh, I have the blaze burners I need. I probably. I think I should get one more. But I'll settle, like, for my starting thing, I can get a 2x2. I have a system for lava. I need to expand that before I go into the steam engine. I will need a belt. I'll need a bunch of belts. I have kelp to make that, though. And I'm missing anything. Blaze burners, belts, steam engine. I'll need water. Water somewhere section. Okay, so pipes and mechanical pumps. The crushing wheels are going to take sideways rotational input. I do not want to put it in here because this whole area will be taken up by the cauldron system. So I already have rotational power going through this, but I have to take it up the side, and the depot is already down here, so that might be a little more complicated than I would like. But what if I'm gonna reorganize this system just a tad. There we go. Perfect. And then if I put one of these bad boys there. Okay. It's powering that, and then it still pumps it out here. And I can take out the power, the rotational power on this side. This is all one side. I like that a lot better. Okay. Okay. Then I need one belt to connect those two. Not the prettiest of systems, but that system should work. Which is all I really need. This should put the mechanical belt, the crushing wheels, whatever that freaking called. I don't know. I think crushing wheels like thing. It should make it so that those are spinning in the right direction because they need to spin together in the opposite direction from each other. Like that. Okay, that looks normal-ish as far as ground goes. Let's double check that oh, come on. Is this working? Looks like it is. I'm gonna put chute under here onto I'll probably make it a chest. Wait. This is spinning at windmill speed and not rotational speed, controller speed. I see the problem. I don't need it. Okay. Well, just did walk through. Then I could put all of the cobblestone in this uppermost chest, and I can get another chute. And then the second I put that in, it'll start being a basically automatic processing system. And then I just need to put it in the topmost chest, and then it'll start processing through the cobblestone that I put into it, or just anything that I put into it. So let's do that. I really should start getting kelp and cactuses just automatically going, because slime will be something that will be very important to have automated for some of the other contraptions that I have planned for the future. I was thinking recently of making a new contraption which automatically collected a bunch of lava from the nether and deposited it into my big lava hole, because until I fill it up, then I won't have an infinite and as quick as I need the flow to go source of lava, which I will definitely need for the steam engine. This system was just set up to try to speed up the process of creating lava, but it's not actually a full replacement for the system. I'm basically thinking of making a system which can both pull it in, then you take it into the fluid tank, then you pick up the contraption, then you go where you want to, and then you put it where you want it to go. Okay, we're in business. So, windmill spins, rotational output is put on the bottom. There's an access area, as you would say, right there. So, let's put gear shift here. Okay, and then if I put the cube box like that. Oh, but I don't want it to happen right now. Okay, well, let's leave it unattached for now. Please, yes. So then that should mean yes. Okay. Well, actually, depending on which direction it is, I'll just reverse the direction. Yeah, okay, it's the wrong direction. So, if I put, I don't have one. I mean, multiple levers. Okay, so redstone neutral means it'll just pump, it'll push it down. And then redstone activated should mean all both. Yes, okay. I'm going to reorient that. Yes, okay, here we go. Here we go. Great. So redstone's activated, the hose pulls right back up into its body. The fluid input and output is on this side. Oh, sorry, not a shaft. The hose pulley here. Well, it is. Okay, so when it's pulling up, it will pull out. Oh, I need to reverse that. Yeah, okay. So when it's pulling up, no. Let's go back to this. Okay. I'm going to have a mechanical pump. I will want to pump out of this when it is fully down and pump into that. I will want to pump out of this when it's down, pump into that when it's up. Then I have the hose pulley, still rotating in the right direction. This should be doing the opposite. So now, if I do this, oh geez, okay. So, the pump is up, it's pushing out. No, this needs to be inverted. Two outputs. So, when it is down, then it will be drawing lava and it needs to pull up. I think that this should work. No, wait, because both times... It just needs to be a separate system, honestly, that's what it is. It doesn't need to be a separate system, it's all on that side. It should be all on that side. Okay, now it's not activated, it'll retract. When it's activated, it'll go down. Well, either way, I don't care. It works. But that is reversed. Oh, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Because then it'll be, it doesn't matter what this one does, because it'll do the opposite. Still works. Okay, good. If anyone's wondering, it's like in these video recording sessions that I try to figure out how to make the systems I want to make. I kind of like it. It is in survival, so it's a little more difficult to maneuver around the machines, but it makes it more, I feel, in depth, and it makes you use the resources that you kind of know about, and then experiment with stuff you've heard about. So I've got a output from the increased speed at the bottom. Ooh, but sequence gear shifts might interact. Let's see. If I put this one. There we go. If I do that, will it activate both of them? No, it won't. Yes. Okay. You know what? I think I might put it on the sides over here. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Yeah. Because then those two change regardless of each other. That was the big thing. There we go. We can't pump on top of that. Will this go through? It won't. That is the problem. One which I haven't conceived. Solution, I put them on top of each other. Now the lever is in the way. So all of this is just literally just changeable. Okay. So let's do that, which then goes into that. Ooh, geez, be careful here. Which then goes into that, which goes into this, which goes into that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, I switched the direction with that one little click. So, I want to pump it out when it's like this. Then I'll keep it pumped out. Okay, I'm basically put it pumped out, and then when I need to put it back in, then I can do that. That. Yes, okay. In and out pump system. Now, I can just put the tank over here. Okay, the windmill can go through here, and when it is stopped, it'll be there, and it'll be right beside it. So, you know what though? I don't really like that. I'm gonna move it. Okay. Okay. This changes the direction, pushes the hose in and out. This changes the direction that if it's pumping into or out of the hose. This is the storage for the lava. I didn't necessarily need to place it this distance. I could have put it one closer, but it looks better when the windmill is not passing through at every rotation. And even though it would stop directly in front of it, it seems more logical to have it kind of over there. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to make a platform. I think I'm just going to make it out of wood to make it like a simple platform. And then I can all just have it all just connected. I could make it out of andesite casing. I have the materials to make a bunch of andesite casing these days. So I'm going to kind of splurge. Oh, actually, I can't make it there. I can't make that part andesite casing. Oh, wait, but I don't want to... Exactly which part should I make andesite casing? That's the real important question. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this part andesite casing. And you know that's perfect because it literally is just big enough that, yes, okay. I might put this over by 1. I like this. Actually, instead of doing that, I might have it set up almost around the side, which would look more aesthetic. Like that, almost like it's like hugging it or something. And I have this hole so I can see down and see what the problem's doing down there. Like that. That like that. And then I can just do that. I believe if I do this, and then if I do that, then if I do that, that works really well. I thought it was if I powered it, then it would be. No, wrong one. No, sorry. There we go. It should just tapping the mantle. Large enough to consider it. Okay, yeah, just in that. I'll just do multiple ships and I will fill up the fluid deposit on top of my lava farm in the overworld, and then I can start actually filling up the regular location in my lava deposit as well. I might have to start bearing in mind the actual positioning of the things, because if I don't have it well enough positioned, then it might be a problem. Okay, good. It's filling up. Great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the right. It's 4 forward, 1 to the right from the position that you put card somewhere at, depending on the position you face. So if you face this way, then it'll be 4 forward that way, 1 to the right that way. Okay, let's name the card contraption. This one is going to be called Lava Transmogrifier, because that sounds like a cool way for like transportation and stuff, and like changing the state of. Let's go for Transmuter. Transmuter. It's not necessarily changing the shape or like way something is, the lava is, but it is like moving it, and it's kind of changing its state in some capacity. This one is the drilling machine, so this would see earthing core, maybe? No. I need to think of something cooler. I've got lava transmuter. I could say earthen bore. Or something excavator. Or excavator. I could say core excavator, like, because it goes down to the core of the earth or the bottom of the world. Core excavator. I'm gonna call it core excavator and lava transmuter. I'll remember those, and they have cool scientific sounding names. Attached to the system, I should also make a way to drop it into like buckets or like fill items with it. So like make a depot, a spout system connected to this lava transmogrifier, because then that would definitely be I should call it a fluid transmogrifier. Technically it works with any fluid, you just have to have a giant vat of it somewhere. I think that this shouldn't cause any problems, but I guess we'll see. Oh, I was right by just the smidgeniest smidge. Oh my gosh, I am thankful that I am right in this particular instance. Let us bring you down. And when it gets all the way down, actually, wait, no. Oh, there's no way to just hold it still. Wonder. I wonder if there's any way I could. If I extended it by one, I could have a stopping system as well. What is it called? A gear. I think it's called a clutch. I need freaking buckets! Then, it is pumped out into these two vertical gearboxes. I could have made it in case change eyes. And, well, actually, I am going to make it in case change eyes because that's cooler. Originally, it was just going to be a fluid transporting system, mainly to get lava from the nether, but now it's a bit more complicated than that. Then put a drain here. When you're pulling lava out of the system, it'll pull out of there. I think it'll hold a little bit in here, but it shouldn't be a problem. Well, I can actually test this. So, this is up, so it should be pumping out. But if I change that direction, if it pumps out, how's it? How much liquid? Okay. Pump everything out. Good. And then turn it off. Okay. Good. So it doesn't pump anything into this. It'll only pull out if you put fluid in there. So this is just like a deposit system where it'll just, you put your buckets here, it'll pump into the tank of whatever fluid you have. If you want to, you have to make sure it's empty though. So like if you ever want to put a different type of fluid in, then you'll have to get rid of all the previous fluid from the other one. I wanted to make a spout system as well. Clutch. Oh, I want it to be separate though. I can make a whole. I'm gonna make a whole other system. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Good. Good. And I'll still be able to see it a little bit. Okay. Let me run you through this system. This is my, as you can see in the top center, it's a fluid transmuter. Basically, this is my system for moving and manipulating fluids. So, let's start off with power. It's all powered by this one windmill. This windmill is getting all the stress units and all the rotational power needed to power this entire machine. It then goes into a vertical gearbox, which then that power is pumped into a rotational speed controller, specifically the large cogwheel portion. This is at max power, and on the side is just andesite casing to connect it to make it actually attached to the cart. But on this side, this is where it gets interesting. All of that power is then pumped into these three separate encased chain drives. And then the three drives are each going into a clutch. Clutch is essentially, if you power them, they produce no rotational output, no matter the input pumped into them. They're basically just shafts if you don't power them. Then there are these two at the bottom here, which are gear shifts. They also have levers on them. Basically, what they do is whenever they get an input, if you power them, they produce the opposite output than the input. Otherwise, they produce the input like a normal shaft. So redstone off, then it's acting like a normal shaft. Redstone on, it'll do the opposite of a normal shaft. And I have it for both of these segments. Up here, there's a vertical gearbox because then it's just pumping into cogs, which pump into mechanical pump over here, which can allow the spout to pump fluid out of the tank over here. You turn the system on and off with this clutch because it just goes directly in the gearbox over and then over. And then so whatever you put here, it'll fill with whatever fluid you have contained in the fluid tank. Then you have the next system. So the clutch into the gear shift. So you can turn it on and off to make it spin at all, or like completely be still and not have any rotational output produced from it. And when it is on, you can change which direction the output is rotating in. So rotating clockwise or counterclockwise in the shafts. So all of that power is pumped into a gearbox. There's another gearbox underneath, which does the exact same thing for both of these systems, where there's just power pumped this way. So power pumped here and then outwards that way, power pumped here and outwards that way. Basically, what this means is that this part is powering this mechanical pump here, which pumps from this hose pulley and from this item drain in whichever, depending on which way this gear shift is powered. So, for example, the hose is up right now. This is going to get a little complicated. I'm going to turn it on. You can see it starts rotating. Right now, it's all trying to pump into this, but since the drain doesn't have fluid and the hose pulley doesn't have fluid, then it does nothing. Then, now, if I do gear shift, it flicks the direction. The arrow's pointing that way, arrow's pointing that way. It basically just changes which direction that the system is trying to put fluid, and then this just turns the system off so it's no longer rotating. Then there's this bottom system. I mentioned it before about how the hose pulley is up. Basically, this hose pulley can go up and down. Right now, it's up, but if I release that, it's currently powered, so it'll go down. If I unpower it, you can see it going up, and it's retracted. If I power it again, it'll go down. Power it again, it'll go up. Basically, this controls the direction it'll go. Whichever way the lever is pointing, I didn't realize this before, but this actually is really cool. Whichever way the lever is pointing on the gear shift, is which direction it'll go. And then again, clutch makes it go on and off. So you see how here it's not responsive at all because there's no output being provided from the clutch. And that is a system. It allows me to drain fluids into the tank, allows me to pull from large bodies of fluids and pump them into the tank, or pump from this tank into large bodies of fluids, or make large bodies of fluids, and it allows me to put fluids in buckets or onto whatever items I want to do. Like, for example, there are, what are they called? Create adds things like honeyed apples, where you pump honey onto apples. I could use this system. If there was honey in the tank, I could use this system. My idea was that I wanted to have a gear shift for this as well. So I need a gear shift, another cog, and a lever. Work. Then if I flip that, joins it out. And I can flip that to turn it off. Okay. Okay, it all worked. What was I going to say? I want to make a system for harvesting both the cows, and I want to make a system for harvesting the sheep. basically all these cows are bred up, and then ooh, it might be too slow to. I think actually it is gonna be fast enough speed. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so I did create a baby, and they all just go to the center naturally. So that's cool. I only have 4 sheep in here because I don't think that's a bunch of sharing. I only have 8 sales because it's the minimum, and that's all it really needs. Plus, it can kind of just go slowly and get it as it goes. And yeah, so it kind of works for the purposes. Thank you everybody for watching this episode of the World of Contraptions. In this episode we built the fluid transmuter, which uses spouts, strains, and hose pulleys to generally manipulate and take out fluids and move them around and use the fluids in whichever way you need to with fluids. I hope you enjoyed this episode and catch you in the next one. See ya!